Kim Cano's defense is that she was abused by her CHP officer husband, Francisco Cano, and that she meant to fire a warning shot instead of fatally shooting him. Up to 3 wildfires hit Flagstaff in 2 days, and now hikers are missing as one of those wildfires rages out of control. I'm actually inside one of the vans that they transport the suspects in. Now, before loading them into this van, they'll search them and pat them down. Investigators have reportedly found another disturbing clue. Photos Loeffner dropped off for developing on the night before the shootings. Manuel Perez spent today talking to voters in Riverside and Imperial counties in what he calls his Get Out to Vote tour. And now moving on to the tragedy in Tucson. Congresswoman Gabrielle Gifford's condition has been upgraded from critical to serious. School officials hope money for Measure I will go to restructure football, baseball, and soccer fields, as well as to improve athletic facilities. These boxes are filled with everything from food to even soap for families in need. And this is a very important time to get these supplies out because while the need stays high, donations this time of the year drop off. If you go to the movies this weekend and think you may have had a flashback to the 80s, you're pretty much right on track. Take a look at all of them. They are really awesome, really doing a great job. Now this band, like I just said, was actually in a movie. Fun and kind-hearted. That's how friends remember 38-year-old Amber Bryant.
Super outgoing, super vivacious. She was willing to help anybody at any time. There wasn't anything that Amber wouldn't do for you. You can't really explain Amber. You have to be around Amber. She was all-encompassing.
Amber and her 10-year-old son were on their way to school. Also driving by them, Amber's boyfriend and the father of her child, 31-year-old Nathan Veliquet. El Centro police say while on La Brucherie Road in El Centro, Veliquet purposely hit Amber's car.
Once the vehicles were stopped, Veliquet exited the truck, walked over to the passenger side of the vehicle, and began firing a gun into the vehicle.
The carnage didn't stop there. Police say Veliquet went to shoot himself, but either misfired or ran out of ammunition. He allegedly went back to his truck, reloaded his gun, returned to Amber's car, and shot himself. Their son saw the entire ordeal.
We believe that there are some deep-seated underlying domestic issues that led to this morning's events.
The community is shaken. Amber was a 6th grade teacher at Sunflower Elementary.
Really cared for them, and she put a lot of effort into all her kids, and one of her things was always lesson planning on the weekend, preparing all the things that she needed to do, so she was extremely dedicated.
Many teachers stricken with grief left for the day. Crisis counselors are on hand, helping students make sense of this tragedy. Meanwhile, Amber's Facebook page serves as a memorial, covered with posts telling Amber how much she's missed. Holtville City employees are also shocked. Veliquet worked for the city's Public Works Department. In fact, Holtville officials say the truck he was driving belongs to the city. Now, while the mourning begins, Amber's friends remember the last time they saw her at their high school reunion over the weekend.
I couldn't believe it. How could I just be with her, having fun, dancing, you know, reminiscing about high school, talking about my daughter up and coming into her class, and now she's gone.
It's a sign of the tough economic times. Box after box of food handed out while the demand for help heightens. Lucia Haro struggles to feed her 2 girls and 3 newborn grandkids. She only works 3 days a week.
They help us at least for 2-3 months, you know. We really save the food.
Here, where unemployment is the highest in the nation, the Haros are one of 800 families getting some extra help from Feed the Children. It stopped at the Imperial Valley Food Bank to hand out food to those in need.
Believe me, it really helps us. You know, we can get some sandals or we can get some shorts, you know, for summer. You know, and cannot be tired at least for a couple months.
Susan Ohio with Feed the Children sees stories like Lucia's every day in cities all across the country.
There's no end in sight, and that's pretty much across the board throughout the United States that we're finding were areas that we're going through.
The program couldn't have come to the Imperial Valley at a better time. These boxes are filled with everything from food to even soap for families in need. And this is a very important time to get these supplies out because while the need stays high, donations this time of the year drop off. During the summer, donations trickle in. Unfortunately, it's the season when the food bank gets a flood of requests for help.
Kids out for summer. Some of them were getting free and reduced lunches and are no longer getting those now. We have high unemployment. We also had a major earthquake to hit.
The program will help get Lucia and those like her through the summer.
We're so happy, you know, and it's a blessing for us.
A check that could save Thanksgiving for many Imperial Valley residents. Captain Jerry with the Salvation Army told inmates at Calipatria State Prison their donation will help feed 1,500 people this Thanksgiving.
It was like, wow, really? I was, you know, from a prison, you know, where inmates got together to do this. I mean, it really humbled me.
With a hug and a prayer, Captain Jerry thanked the inmates. These 7 prisoners are part of the Inmate Leisure Time Activity Group. They raise money through different prison fundraisers and donate to various causes. It was Claudia Macias who got the idea when she got a packet in the mail.
So I called up the office, the local office here in Imperial Valley, and I was informed by office assistant Rosa that they had received at that point on Monday, November 15th, no donations of any sort.
Claudia told the prisoners who jumped at the chance to help the Salvation Army.
Salvation Army in the broad spectrum of things is recognizable worldwide.
For the prisoners, this is a chance to make amends.
But we want to be able to give back to society in some sense of the word, because we know that, you know, society deserves that.
These 7 inmates say they can't undo their crimes, but from their cells and the prison yard, they can still help to make this world a better place.